Hello again, Steve here with a few comments on the ongoing Tommy Robinson saga. I just found out secondhand, or maybe probably third or fourth hand, as I usually do, that he has been moved to a more dangerous prison condition. And this actually follows along the lines of what I had been talking about before, which is that the control psychopaths of the world who do not want dissenting opinions, who want to stifle strong men of the world, because that is their real enemy, they will not stop. They will slow down, they will back up and so on based on the reaction. They're very mammalian, or reptilian you might say. You saw that they will go as far as they can, and then they might hold back. And I think that there will come a point, if this continues, when the good people of the world will have to also act. You see, the thing is, when he was first arrested, there was all these bans on any kind of publication and all that. This was the overreach of the psychopaths, right? To be able to stifle things. And then they saw that, they riled the anger, you might say, of what you would call patriots or friends of Tommy Robinson and so on. And they might have felt threatened that Elizabeth May's house might be sacked or something like that. It was something that would be inconvenient for the media to report on. So they backed off a little bit. They gave him a bit of protection. They, opened up communication again from the media and so on, and then people in England could talk about it and so on. And now this happens. You see, because what they did is it's sort of like an internal governor system they got going on, like a governor in an engine, right? The engine starts going too fast, it'll get pulled back. If it slows down, it'll get picked up. And so they want to keep things at a certain level. And what they saw was this outburst, so they pulled back a little bit. And now the outburst has died down, so now they've upped it, because they're seeing what they can get away with. Because ultimately, they want him killed, guaranteed. These are the baying hounds of war, no question about it. They've imported people who they've protected to rape, mutilate, kill thousands of British girls with impunity, with the protection of the police, with the protection of the media, with the protection of the political classes, and they expect people to do nothing about it. And as soon as somebody talks about it, they want him taken out. So you can see how evil and despotic these people are. And now they've moved into a situation where it may be it may be a form of torture, actually, a slow march to death, in which they're gauging the population's reaction. And of course, they're continuing to purge. And they're doing this, and they're also gauging not only the population's reaction, they're gauging the reaction of the media, because they might think that there could be some people within the media who would leak this information out. There may be dissenting parts of the media. There may be dissenting parts of social media. But so far, they're correct. So far, the media is right on board with them, right marching in lockstep. So far, social media is marching in lockstep. Some of his videos have been taken down off of YouTube. This means YouTube is marching in lockstep with these totalitarians, with these psychopaths. And I will repeat it once again, that unless there is a real stand made for this, and not just a stand for a while, because that's what they understand. That's what they understand. They understand that that a certain group of people will have an outcry, they'll have a march or whatever, and then then they'll go home, and then they'll have another march a few weeks later, or whatever, and then they'll go home. But it's not determined enough. So there has to be more of a stand taken, I think. But there also has to be, and this could also, this would be my wish in a way. It'd be great if Donald Trump was to stand up, was to go to England, actually, take a visit to England, visit Parliament, and bring it up right in Parliament. Bring it up right in Parliament. That would be classic, absolutely classic. And you would see a lot of people tear their hair out over that one. But important people, significant people in the world who've got a lot to lose, for sure. If they make a stand on this, then that'll make a difference as well. But all of it is a short-term solution, though, because any kind of a real stand that would be made, what they want, what these baying hounds of war, of course, want, is a violent stand. Because that's what they want. They want war at this point. They're completely bankrupt, morally and fiscally, and they know no way out except for complete lockdown, austerity, and an overthrow of whatever semblance of freedom is left to a complete totalitarian martial law dictatorship. That's what they want. And that's why they've engineered it, I would say. I don't think it cannot possibly be anything else. Are you telling me that if a father of a girl being raped shows up to where the rapists are, the cops show up, and they don't arrest the rapist, they arrest him? Are you telling me that this is not engineered? This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And these people who would do that, these cops who would do that, they're no different than some Nazi or communist, a firing squad shooter on the line who will just pull the trigger when they're given the demand, when they're given the command. This idea that we should support the law enforcement and everything at this point now, it is beyond ridiculous. Beyond ridiculous. And I think it's another example of the test that's going to go on. And until people march with a demand, no longer a request, but a demand with a similar fervor that Tommy Robinson has, which is, you know what, you can throw my ass into a cage, you can have me eaten by lions, but I will not stand for tyranny anymore. When that sort of thing happens, then they'll listen, and it has to be a complete overthrow. It has to be a complete overthrow. I don't wish for violence, but I don't wish for violence, and I would say, because the but negates everything else I just said. And if there's a way that this can be, that enough cultural change can take place at the grassroots, then people won't elect these fools anymore. Not only fools, these evil people, these completely morally vacuous, Rousseauian, French revolutionary communists who are running the world right now and running large corporate institutions we'll call countries. They're not countries anymore. They're corporate institutions run for a profit, and they are socially engineered in the background to figure out how we can manipulate people enough so that we can keep them working, profit from them, but subjugate them all the while. It is a neo-surfism, absolutely, and I think we have to point it out where it is. So that's my comments again. I know roughly commented just off the cuff here basically, but it is a concern for me, but it's not a surprise to me because these psychopaths will do whatever it takes. They are very cold and very calculated, and I think we've just seen another calculated move by moving him to a more dangerous environment in the hopes that he will be killed because they see a lack of really serious concerted effort to say no more. Steve here again, great chatting, but on a very somber note that is. But if you like what I'm doing, please like, subscribe, and share. Get this information out there. Share as many people's videos, comments, and so on as you can on this issue because it is very important. And those of us who can still speak, hopefully we can speak up. Talk again soon. Bye for now.